We often judge the person by how smart he is because intellect is what makes a person successful. That's true to a certain extent. However, multiple studies have shown that emotional intelligence is far more important. People with higher emotional intelligence tend to have the better relationships, stronger friendships, and in general tend to be more successful in life. And that's not only by the accident, because as humans we are emotional creatures. We befriend people we trust and enjoy being around. We work with people who know how to deal with other people. But emotional intelligence isn't something that you are born with. Often it's the skill that you should learn. Let's find out you are a mentally strong person. Here's the seven signs of the mentally strength. Mentally strong people are not reactive. I remember back in college, the students who used to get bad grades would always complain about everything. The textbook was difficult to understand, the teacher wasn't good enough, the paper was harder than they expected, and that's the fact reactive people do. They always focus on the things they can control. On the other hand, the proactive person who says the textbook is quite difficult to understand and the teacher isn't the best, but that's not something I can control. So instead of the focusing on the things that I can change, why don't focus on the things that I can control? I can control the amount of the time and the effort that I can put on to get ready to this test. And that's the difference between the proactive person and reactive. Reactive people are more concerned about their environment. If the welfare is good, the food good. If it's not, then it's going to negatively impact their attitude and performance. But a mentally strong person understands that he has absolutely no control over the weather. So whether it shines or rains, they don't care. They only focus on what they can control. Second, they don't compare themselves to others. People often value their worth by comparing themselves to others. If you haven't achieved as much as your peers, you're probably worth a lot less. And in the world of social media and Instagram, it has only got worse. Every time you put out your phone to check out what's going on Instagram feed, you come across your friends who are doing something great, who lives seems a lot better than yours. That's destroy your self-esteem because you were on the same level as a while ago, and somehow they have surpassed you. But mentally strong people understand that life in general is not a competition, and comparing your worst time to your friend's best time isn't wise. That's why only lead to depression and anxiety. Then, how should you measure your progress? By comparing yourself to who you were yesterday. If you are moving forward, if you are changing your life for the better, then you are on the right track. We are all different in many ways, and your journey on this planet is going to be unique to you. The moment you compare yourself to others, put yourself down, and mentally strong people understand that. Third, self reliance. Mentally healthy people know that the only person they can rely entirely on is themselves. Of course, friends and family are essential on their help in crucial, but the truth is everyone is concerned about him or herself first, and there is nothing wrong with that. That's human nature. How many times you were counting on the friend or family members, but they let you down? Set your expectations low. Don't expect too much from the people because you will end up disappointed. In fact, don't expect anything from anyone, and no one will ever disappoint you. And when someone helps you out, you will be pleasant surprised. Life is unfair. Everyone at some point in their lives experience injustice. That's when we think that life is unfair. But the truth is, life has never been fair. You don't choose where you are born. You yet being born in the first world country gives you significantly higher chance to be successful compared if you are born in the third world country, where you have to spend at least 12 hours of the day just to put food on the table. You don't choose your parents. genes, or talented. You might be the most careful driver in the world, but someone else might be driving while he is drunk and might cross the red line and hit you when you end up losing your legs, for example. It wasn't your fault, but yet you ended up losing your legs. If you expect life to be fair to you, you won't go far. 5. You can't please everyone. A wise man once said, if you want to be please everyone, go and sell ice cream. If you want to be a leader, if you want to achieve something great, if you want to upset some people, you will have to competitions, you will have enemies, or at least there will be some people who won't like you. Take an example of any successful person, Bill Gates, for example. He is not an angel, of course. He has given billions of the dollars to different charity organizations, spent billions of the dollars to the cure malaria in Africa, tried his best to prepare the world for the such pandemic, investing billions into the companies to help them develop the vaccine faster, and yet there are the millions of the people who are hate him, criticize him, and spread different conspiratives about him. He is just one example. That the case with everyone other. Successful person, even if you achieve slightly more than your friends, they could get jealous and try to take you down or criticize you. And it is just one side of it. In life, you will have to take thought decisions. You will have to say no to people so that you will have the time to work on your project. Acknowledging your weakness. Being mentally strong doesn't just mean being able to stand your ground. It also means being emotionally strong enough to comfort your deepest benefits. As a human being, you are subject to mistakes and weaknesses. You cannot avoid that. If you are not ready to change your options, when you find out you are wrong, then you are mentally weak because only the strong people have the ability to discipline their emotions and don't let anger to pride stand in their way. If you are bad at something, instead of denying, pick up a book and learn. Don't expect to be born perfect. It's absolutely normal to have flaws. The challenge is to recognize that and put the effort to change it. Seventh, they take the extra mile. A lot of times, the difference between success and a failure is the extra steps which a lot of the people don't take because they give up too early. Have you watched Elon Musk interviews when both of his companies were in the brink of bankruptcy? Tesla was running out of cash and SpaceX third launch failed, and they didn't have even money to try again. Investors were suspicious about the future of the company, and Musk was almost broke. When he was asked why isn't he giving up, he replied, "I would have to be dead to give up." That is the example of the mentally strong person. He used his last dollars and miraculously saved his companies. When you are at the gym doing pull-ups and you feel like you can't do more, that's when you have to push yourself to do another one. That extra pull-ups is one that's going to make a difference. If you tried 10 times and use 10 different ways but you still failed, get up to try one more time. When you get knocked down, don't stay down. Get back up again. Nothing good is going to happen as long as you're down on yourself. Joy Austin. There are things of the mentally strong individuals. You might have some of them and like others, but it's not the big deal because as long as you are willing to put in your effort, you have the ability to learn them all. Believe in yourself to take the extra mile or focusing things on you can control instead of the things you have no control over is a choice. And this choice comes as the result of your mentality to start with your mind. Be strong enough to recognize your weaknesses, acknowledge your mistakes, and write down the plan on how you are going to raise your emotional intelligence and to become mentally unbreakable. And now it's your turn. Let me know in the which one of those things is most important one, and which one is your favorite one. I read all your comments, and now it's time to give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and the bell besides. Thanks for watching, and until next time.